Green lights.
Yep.
We good?
Green lights.
Awesome. Who's doing recap? I heard a certain runaway somebody's doing recap tonight.
Trigger.
Damn. Allie, are you doing recap? Did I lose everybody?
No, I'm here. I can't hear Allie if she's talking.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I had Marshall muted.
Oh.
I was.
It's payback for all the time I muted them, apparently. Unknowingly.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Right? Sitting here talking to myself like an asshole.
I was waiting because I was like, damn, why isn't he saying anything?
Okay.
No, I had it muted for the bad movie night.
Gotcha.
Because my phone was trying to summon the devil.
Well, you ready to do recap? Are you doing recap for us tonight? All right. Kick us off. Let's get a Jack's cap. One last Jack's cap.
All right. So last session started off at the very end of the wolf battle. Quinn and Argus did the wolf skins and they looted Reek's body. I don't really remember what all you guys got. Some gross armor, a knife, and then as that was happening, Pico went to go look for Quark and got very confused and thought that I had transported Quark into the tower. But Malin and Maddie set Janet straight, and then they went to find Quark, and Quark had seemingly battled a bunch of wolves all on his own. And it's a little battle scarred and anxious. And then everybody comes back to the tower. Jax and Ellie, before we get down to the basement, find an altar full of bones. And we think it's to sort of cleanse the area of any magic that's happening. And Ellie prays to her goddess, who says to let it go. So she takes the stag statue off of the altar, and it sort of crumbles into dust. And then we head down to the basement, and that is Jax, Ellie, Quinn, Maddie, and Malin. Everybody does like investigation checks, arcana checks, and the magic that is sort of holding everything together is fading. And then Ernest, Ellie's cloak, starts freaking the hell out and attacks Malin. Malin and I both hit it with spells, dealing quite a bit of damage. And before Ellie is able to get it upstairs, he turns inside out and Ernest becomes a purse. And then I urge everybody to leave the basement, but before everybody goes, Jax gives Quinn letters from Drew for everybody. And then I unfold the handkerchief that Slevin had given Drew a very long time ago. And the whole tower gets transported by a similar spell that Joan Jett used to transport us. And the tower and everybody in it gets transported to Slevin's mansion. And then from there, we are ushered into Slevin's mansion by... God, a lot happened last session. We get ushered into Slevin's mansion by a butler. And when we finally get into the dining hall, there's a huge spread on the table. And everything that everybody is wanting and craving is on the table. Perfect. It's exactly what everybody wants. And Slevin is there dressed in white with a fur trim. And Malin introduces the new members, Quinn, Janet, and Ellie, and then introduces Jax. and Slevin has some spells prepared, and Jax's current body, Drew's body, sort of falls off in a very painful process and then rebuilds a new body that is like the one Jax used to have, which freaks Janet the hell out, and they go into a rage. So Pico tries to attack Slevin. I believe Malin calms him down. And then Jax is able to cast a spell to make him calm down, cast command. So then Janet finally calms down. And Jax gets to say goodbye to the group, specifically to Ellie, and says that she's happy staying with Slevin. And then you all go off. And I did not get to re-listen to this part of the session, but you all go off and you're headed to Angus and Angus's place, and you're on the trolley, and the trolley breaks, and you guys are like ushered out sort of mid-air, and you get Featherfall cast on you. And you end up near an orphanage. Huh? And you end up in an orphanage, and then Mig is there, and then you guys get not arrested, but like served sentences. And that is all I can remember.
Beautiful. Inspiration for the future. Let's put it that way. All right. Yes. To add to that, Jax, no longer with the group, has decided to stay behind at Slevin's Manor. For the record, it took every single member of the group to restrain Pico. Pico hulked out and was going out, climbing over the table, going straight for Slevin, and it took everybody climbing onto him, clambering onto him to hold him back until Jax was able to cast command and finally calm him down. So, for the record, for Pico. Yeah, you guys met back up with Mig at the orphanage. Guys got to hang out with the kids. You got to meet a couple people that run the orphanage there, and Mig's tagging along, hanging out with you guys. And you guys went back to Angus and Angus's warehouse, where Angus took a pot shot at Mig because he just kind of opened the door and walked in without announcing himself. Didn't get hurt or anything. Fell to the ground, got himself up, dusted himself off. But yeah, you guys got in, started settling in, getting your quirk settled in before Angus handed you guys. It's a writ of accusation or a writ of charge is basically what it is. You guys are you're under investigation for a whole host of a number of supposed crimes, dangerous affiliations, things that, after reading through them that you may or may not have did. But yeah, Angus is standing there and looking at you all with this questioning look. Is there anything anybody wants to do or say or remind the group of before we dive back into this? All right. With that, we are going to dive back in. You guys are in Angus and Angus's warehouse. Okay, you're back to the closest thing that you've all had, because it's kind of a central home over all this time you've been together. Some of you are arriving for the first time. Some of you are arriving for time and time again. But Angus is standing here after some introductions to a couple of the new folks, primarily like Pico, Mig, and he's looking at you with this puzzled look of both kind of like anger, and there's a tinge of, I don't know if you want to call it fear, but definitely an uneasiness about him as he's looking at all of you after having read all of this and you guys have reviewed all this. And reminder, it's like there's various things on here, such as like you guys are accused of the trafficking of illegally obtained indentured servants, aka the bad word of slaves. There's charges of heresy against the Trinity Church, murder of a clergy, conspiracy to commit grand larceny. There's criminal mischief, included but not limited to illegal dueling, brawling, public consumption of alcohol and narcotics, and hedonism, of all things. There's also a co-conspirator charge levied for questioning revolving around the night that Baron Paulo de Simeti Rex and his wife, the Princess Drusilla, and her baby that was born that night, when they were all killed. There's also questions about conspiracy involving the disappearance of Lady Maiko of Sandholm, who you come to find out is actually the goddaughter of Buyo Uso, the High War Priestess of Mars and Judge of the Dead, Sangre Gartok of the Trinity, the woman that you guys made deals with to deal with the White Witch, which became the Red Witch, and you guys took all these boons. And some of you had a lot more in-depth dealings with her than others, but her goddaughter was last seen in your guys' company in Castle Wolfenstein. Has not been seen since. There are various plaintiffs listed on here, from a Major Domo Logain. There's a representative of the There's a representative here of the Step-in-Time Circus who has complaints against you. There's a representative from Sylvaden concerning the theft of the indentured servants. There's a couple other, there are various other names and stuff listed on this, but you guys are just now getting into this. And there you are, standing in front of Angus. Angus is off in the back, tending to Quark, getting the wagon situated. He's off on his own, doing his own thing. But Angus there stands in front of all of you with this dumbfounded look on his face, like, well, apparently y'all have been having a good fucking time. Malin?
Yeah.
You're the only one that has any fucking brains out of anybody here that I recognize, at least. How about you tell me what the fuck's going on? What have I tethered my wagon to with you?
Okay. A lot of these are just misconstrued things, first of all. Some of these...
Misunderstandings.
Okay. I'm gonna, go through the list, and I'm just gonna be like, when Ellie first came through, when we went to go look for outfits, she didn't have enough money for a potion, and she was talking a little too loudly about possibly taking the potion when the person wasn't paying attention, and I immediately told her no, that wasn't okay. And definitely should not be talking about those things out loud. Okay. We have a list, I'm sorry. When we saved Quinn from the people that kidnapped her, it was technically part of the clergy.
What the fuck does technically mean?
Well, I don't know if the Inquisition are fully part of the clergy like that or not, but they were part of the Inquisition. And he was not letting Quinn go. That was our only option. That guy was actually kind of insane. The illegally obtained indentured servants, I'm fairly certain.
I fucking know, alright?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like in the back towards his brother. His brother is completely just tending to Quark in the wagon, completely uncaring about any of this.
In terms of Lady Maiko, she did make a deal with Maddie to travel, for us to take her with us while we were traveling. She drugged us. She drugged our food. And so everything that is this part, and I'm going to point out that specific section, is from her doing that. And then shortly after we had left the town, we were attacked and she was kidnapped from us.
Okay.
We did our best to track her down.
Okay. So you have no idea about that one?
We found her coin, which I believe Maddie has.
Okay.
Which, if I remember correctly, Maddie, you cast an identification spell on that one? So they would know that we have that, by the way.
Yeah, I think Ellie might have. If I maybe
With
I
the
forget.
DeCimettis, we did nothing that night. It is truly heartbreaking what happened. We had nothing to do with any of that.
This is a lot. But all right. Look, I you've done good turns by me and by my brother. Right? I it be a dishonor to turn my back on you now. This is a lot, boyos.
I understand.
What's your plan?
We have been given the name of someone that we can speak to help us with this. We were already told ahead of time as well that things were going to be brought up. Um, that's really all that we have right now. We're making sure that we remember everything correctly regarding these so that we can give as much info as we can, being as accurate as possible. Um, but that's
Look, I tell you this with all respect. All right, this right now is just a writ of basically questioning. There's no actual accusations that I can see here. No actual. Uh, Again, they're not accusing you of these things. They're just it's a suspicion. So you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to clean this up. You can't walk around with this over your fucking heads. Not one bit.
yeah.
Okay. If you said you got somebody who can help you navigate this shit, I highly recommend it. My brother and I have been down this fucking road before. His voice starts to crack a little bit. Don't end up like us, right?
I
Um,
understand.
be careful what you fucking say. They'll twist that shit around. Just be
Okay.
careful.
We'll do our best.
Anybody else here have anything else you want to fucking tell me? About you, giant bird man, or you, skinny elf lad? I don't recognize any of you.
Hi, I'm Janet.
Fucking charmed, Janet. All right.
Mig just raises his glass. How's it going? I'm Mig.
Meg
Ooh,
was
you got anything in
friends
that?
with Smalls.
Yeah, you want a swig? Mig just strolls
Absolutely.
right over nonchalantly.
He pulls his beard down and like he just goes to town with this fucking flask. He does the whole like about 10, 12 seconds of just downing this thing. Puts his finger up when you try to get it back. Oh, hang on a minute.
Hey,
And
hey, I don't mind getting more, but don't drink it all in one gulp.
he hands it back to you. All right, this one I kind of like. The rest of y'all.
Pleasure to meet you. Mig follows up by taking a few. Looks at it. He's like, this is getting low.
All right. Anybody else?
Have
So,
you?
I totally.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so we should just go. There's someplace we can go to clear all of this up. Would we be able to leave our cart and cork here with you guys while we go clear some of this up?
Yeah, the birds and the wagon all stay here. It's look. I honor my deals, right? I said you finish your rule of three, you get established. I'll go partner with you. All right. My grounds, my warehouse, it'll all be at your disposal. That all hinges on you all cleaning this shit up because there may be not much left of you afterwards to go partner with. Yeah, leave the wagon, leave the bird, we'll take care of him, right? And Ingus kind of like pops his head out of the back of the wagon. He's actually been going around. He holds out like a bunch of the wolf pelts. Like what the? Okay, but apparently y'all got some wolf pelts.
Yes,
You want me to
we
do
fought
anything with
a
those?
lot of wolves.
All right, you're gonna need probably money, defense costs and shit. You want me to deal with that? I can probably get a decent price here. Not as good as Could be, of course, but I'll do a quick turnaround if you're looking for profit. Just a quick coin.
That would be really helpful. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Give me a count. Somebody messaged me the count of the. I can look it up later too. But if you have a count of the pelts and stuff like that we did last time, because you guys rolled some d20s and d10s, send that over to me.
Yeah, I'll get to you in just a minute.
Cool. All right. Anybody else? You want to tell me?
Have you heard at all from Monroe?
Monroe, the Sager boy.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen him at all since the party.
Okay. No,
Anything
no
that
one's coming
he's
around.
been up to recently, I have no idea of.
Nothing to tell you. No one's coming around since you guys have left.
Nothing from Morb either?
Or no.
Okay.
I haven't seen him for even longer.
Yeah. I know he's off doing his things. I was just wondering if he'd sent any notice to you or anything.
No.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are going to want to, all of a sudden there's this loud banging boom at the doors, the massive warehouse doors that you guys walk into, just bam, bam, bam. 3 quick heavy knocks.
I'll get a look at Angus for confirmation before I open the door.
Wait on Milos. He kind of gives you this like motion with his hand. Like, go ahead.
Okay, I'll open the door.
As you close the distance, there's another quick bam, bam, bam. Quick repetition. And you open the door?
Mm-hmm.
As you guys open the door, or as Malin opened the door, you actually spot somebody that you recognize. Just one person standing out. It's a human male, probably 50, 60 years of age, rough-hewn, leather skin. He's got the scars of countless battles. I mean, they just tell a story across this guy's face, jutting into his beard, his lips, his eyebrows. He's got like a scale mail armor on, broadsword, very well worn on his side, and carrying a small shield on his back. But well maintained, oiled, cared for. Perhaps a heirloom, some kind of token. And you recognize the weathered face of Commander Richelieu, the highest ranking member that you know of the Trimark Defense Corps.
Hello.
Balby, right?
It's Malin now, actually.
Are you going to invite me in? Malin. Now.
I'll step back so that he can walk in.
He kind of steps over the threshold. No gunshots from Ignis this time. He kind of looks out over at all of you, and there's only trying to think of anybody that would recognize him. It's the only person other than here would be Natty. But Malin, you're the one who's talked to him 2 or 3 times over your guys' career, so he kind of just stoically, quietly walks into the room, takes a kind of a gaze over each one of you, measurements with his eyes, and just kind of stands there, hands holding in front of him, or he's got one hand on his belt, one hand on the hilt of his blade. He's just kind of standing there. Seems like he's waiting for you to talk.
How are you doing?
I've had better days, Malin, now.
What brings you by?
I think you know.
Do I still have
one
the
of our
thing in my hand?
the writ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of hold it up.
Oh, you got one of those too, huh? And he kind of like pulls one out of his belt. Look, it looks like mine. Seems one of our wayward unbloodeds have gone a little hog wild out there. Y'all been having fun?
It has been a bit difficult to navigate things recently.
How much of this is true, Malin, now? Kind of gives you this look and then raises his eyebrow. Like, you're not the first Mercorp to be accused of things like this. You won't be the last. So I'm giving you an honest shot. How much of this is true?
There are explanations for all of these, or at least
I'm
most
sure.
of the ones that I know.
Yeah.
I tell you now that everything with the DeSimetis, we had nothing to do with it.
Oh. Kind of like starts just kind of like walking around the group. Same kind of deal. One hand on a belt, one hand on the blade, the hilt of the blade, just kind of walking around, looking at each one of you. Kind of goes one by one. Well, you're not on the roster. What's your name? He's looking directly at Pico.
Hi, I'm Janet.
Janet. You're one of the newest ones. He kind of holds up a piece of paper that has like a list of names on it.
Yeah.
How much of this is true there, Janet? You seem like a honest soul.
Well, lying feels funny in my gullet, so
Well, that's good. I don't like liars, Janet.
I don't either.
So how much of this is true? Honest, Janet.
I don't know what's going on, sir. I have
Kind of looks-
arrived, and now I've arrived again. So I'm here to support.
kind of looks around the rest of the room. I don't know what's going on, or I don't know, is actually a pretty solid response. The rest of you should keep that in mind in what's about to come.
Oh, sweet. I passed. Wait, I shouldn't say that, right?
He's moving on from you.
Oh.
Well, you're definitely not on the list. He's looking at Mig. What's your name, sir?
Hey, I'm Meg. What was your name?
Richard, Commander.
Well, Commander. Like I said, my name is Meg. Yeah, I just met these guys a little while ago. We used to have a mutual. Well, I don't know if he was friends with them, but for lack of a better description, we had a mutual friend who unfortunately passed.
And he's looking over the list. That would be somebody on this list.
Smalls.
You might remember him. He was really big, pretty stature. Usually carried around a big axe, kind of an angry face.
Pretty sure he had a hammer the last time I saw him.
Oh well, axe, hammer. He liked to swing big weapons. But you know, Mig takes another swig, offers it up to the commander. You want one?
I'm on the program.
Mig is not in our party currently. That is not something that we've discussed either. He simply helped us find our way through the city after the trolley shut down.
Oh. So you're not involved in any of this here? Mig?
No, not at all. Though I would tell you from hearing what they read out, I don't know about a lot of them, but they had said something about heresy against the Trinity Church, and that alone, I honestly, man, it sounds like somebody's just trying to throw mud at a wall and see what sticks, because they threw that shit at nobles all the time, and Yeah, they can't prove unless they have some sort of hidden smoking gun. It's a bullshit claim.
His eyebrow twitches and raises up a little bit. Go ahead.
I'll say the rest, I wasn't there for, and to be honest, I wasn't there for this one. I just recognize that particular claim because they're not the first ones I've known that have had that thrown against them.
Got a lot of experience with nobles and nobility there, Mick.
Mick just kind of shrugs his shoulders, bobs his head, takes a swig. A little.
Well, unless you plan to be drugged down with the rest of them about what's to come, I suggest you leave here.
I appreciate the advice. Admittedly, kind of curious to how this is going to play out.
This like little half smile crooked up underneath his mustache. All right. Kind of continues going around the rest of the group, looks at all of you individually, doesn't speak to everybody. Stops by Maddie. You look a little different than the last time I saw you.
I feel a little different.
What about you, Mr. Ice? Any weight to these charges that I should be aware of?
Anything that happened, we did it in good faith.
There's an old saying about the road to hell, right?
And what's that?
Paved with good faith.
I thought it was good
Look.
intentions.
He kind of rolls his eyes a little bit. Look, Eternal Vanguard. I suggest you all come with me. I'll take you to the Basilica. What's coming is not going to be easy, but it's going to be considerably more comfortable than the amenities offered by the Inquisition if they get to you first. Your choice. Once I go out that door, the offer's rescinded. Take 5 minutes, gather your things, gather your thoughts, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be outside.
Understood.
5
Thank you.
minutes. And he walks to the door, opens the small, just the normal portal, and walks out. Closes the door behind him.
Mig is going to walk over to Maddie. And as he walks up, of course, he offers him a drink. But
Maddie would take a swig.
Mig takes it back. Cheers, mate. Takes a swig. So I know I'm not really part of the group because, well, yeah, we won't get into that. But I do have a little bit of experience and a little bit of knowledge. Let me know if you guys want me to come with.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? And Maddie starts kind of chuckling.
I mean, true. Trust me, there's always something for me to do. There's always something that I can go get myself into. But I know a lot of your team is still, you know, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of them. They're not necessarily the biggest fan of me, but I'd be to offer, you know, what little bit of advice and help I have, you know. But talk it over with your team. If they don't want me to come, cool. If they want me to come, cool. I'm game for it, whatever.
Maddie kind of like looks like a little bit sideways at him and says, I mean, are you trying to get me to ask you to come? Like little, like kind of questioning him a little bit.
No, not at all. Just offering to help if I can help. But if y'all want to take this on alone, then I'm not going to stand in your way. I honestly couldn't care one way or the other. If you guys want to take whatever help you can get, I'm here. If you guys want to take this, think you can handle it on your own, you do you. He walks back over to Angus. Hey, you want another drink?
Absolutely. Takes the flask.
Nick just stands drinking with Angus.
Quinn's gonna go to the cart and she's gonna put all the letters from Drew in the cart, just so she's not carrying them around in case somebody doesn't make it back. So she's gonna just be like, so we totally got these letters from Drew. Um, we've got to go in 5 minutes. So I don't think everyone has time to read. They are here just in case we, at least some of us, don't make it back. So yeah, just so you guys know.
Are they from Drew or are they from Jax?
Uh, the handwriting looks like Drew's. I haven't seen Jack's handwriting though, but Jax claims that they were from Drew. Parts of their journal.
Maddie's gonna go ahead and go snatch his like immediately.
Pass it.
All right,
I think
excellent.
everybody can go ahead and take them.
Oh, okay. But we should totally take Sky up on his offer because we might have some problems. She's also going to throw Smalls' axe in the back of the cart.
Honestly, of everybody
She's
that
just
we've met
unloading
thus
things.
far, I do trust him. I think we should go with him.
Yeah, I do too. And Mig said if we want him to come with us, he could. I don't know if that's weird or not, but he made it sound like he's done this a couple times.
Totally. Let's let him come. At a minimum, he probably knows more about Smalls than any of us, so he might be able to enlighten on people's personalities.
I'm gonna side-eye Mig and go, yeah, you could come with us.
All right, then. I totally think we should head out. Does anyone else have anything?
I'm gonna look at
Let me,
Angus and see if there's anything he also wants to say.
Sorry, what'd you say there, Noel?
I said that I looked over towards Angus and see if he has anything else that he wants to say.
No, he's just kicking back the flask with Big.
Okay.
Well, as you look his way, he does kind of look at you guys and is like, he looks up at Mig, looks at the flask, looks up at Mig, looks at the flask. Look, Mullen, take whatever help you can get right now, okay? Even if it's from a rather unorthodox place, or if it's from a place you'd rather not owe a favor to, it may be worth it in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to owe a favor than not have breath to repay it.
Right.
He hands the flask back to Mig, stands up, and just kind of starts toggling back towards his office.
Mig takes the flask back and grabs his cane. So, does that mean I'm coming with? See if I can help?
Yeah.
Rightio, let's get to it there, troops.
All right.
I'm gonna
Anything
make sure
from
that...
anybody? Okay.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that
Go
I
ahead,
make sure that Janet gets to say bye to Quark before we leave.
You guys got a couple of minutes. Is there anything, any last things you guys want to do? Pico, did you want to say goodbye to Quark?
We're gonna split some onions together and go, all right, buddy. Heal up, man. You did some good work out there. I'm gonna probably train you later when we get back. I'll be back. You'll see me back.
Kind of puffs up his feathers in his chest and flaps his wings like ever so slightly. It's like if you can imagine a bird smiling, this is what a bird would smile, though. What a bird smile would look like, just beaming.
I will
ear to
also
ear.
flap back. We are flapping in unison, and a little bit of onions spree out a little bit. We're like, oh shit, let me grab those. Okay, eat them.
Going to town on some onions, bird hugs all around. All right. Anybody else?
I'm actually gonna leave the spider and most of my offensive gear that is removable from my body. and leave it in the wagon.
Okay. I'd say the rest of you take note that Argus is leaving behind certain things. If there's anything that you like, keep it in your inventory. But if there is anything you want to specifically leave behind in the wagon or with Angus and Ingus, mark it now.
I'm gonna have Rip and Tear stay there. I said it
Okay.
earlier, but yeah, that one's not
Yep,
coming with me.
noted that.
I think
Anybody
I'm-
else that wants to leave something behind specific, go ahead and call it out. That way it's on a mental note. It's on the recording.
I'm gonna leave the staff of swarming insects.
Okay. Anyone else?
Hey, do you guys mind if I leave this here? And Mig pulls up his dagger. Don't want them taking this.
That's fine.
So Mig
I'm
will leave
leaving
the-
the onion back with Angus, by the way.
Yeah, do we
Leave
still
the
have
other bag.
Michael's coin and stuff too, or no?
Yeah.
Then I think we should probably leave that stuff.
Yeah, worst case is we can have associates that are not involved with what we have done acquire them coin from our accounts externally versus they just take it and it never existed homes.
Yeah, so anything that was Maiko's, because I think we also had her like armor and stuff too. I don't remember if we sold any of that stuff. So anything Maiko's we're gonna leave behind.
Well, Ellie's wearing the armor.
Not anymore. She's not. Take that off.
All right.
We're gonna put her in there and be like, okay, take it off.
Take it off.
All of it.
Ellie strips
Honey,
down
are
to
you
her fine
stripping-
goods.
Are you physically going up to Ellie and be like, you're stripping this now? Sort of vibe?
The armor is over her normal clothes, so I think she's okay. We're not getting scandalous here with poor Sherry Nair to defend herself. Okay. But you're leaving behind the coin and Maiko's armor in the wagon.
Yeah. And
Okay.
hidden in there if we could. I don't know if there's a way to hide it in any spots at all, but
Okay. I'd say it's interior of the wagon has gone medium size. There's nothing inherently magical about it yet. But no, it's just you're basically throwing everything in the back of a wagon.
there.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Pico, you leave the bag of endless onions with Ingus. Ingus, the one who's like never displays any kind of like joy in his life, his eyes kind of light up a little bit, and he smiles when he's looking at this bag of endless onions. Looks over at Quark, looks over at you, looks at the bag, and just kind of gives you a little nod, ties it off, hooks it up to his belt, pats it, and gives you the impression that he'll take care of it. Anyone else? All right. You guys gather up with everything you have that you're not leaving behind, and you step foot, open the door. And it's right about the 5-minute mark because Richelieu is standing outside of the door, and he's got a small pocket watch, and a little chime goes off on it right at 5 minutes as you open the door and start stepping out. Kind of close, Evie. You ready?
That's what we do.
We're ready.
Stay with me. Stay together. Don't get separated. Anybody tries to separate us, don't. Just keep moving. It's not 30 seconds after you guys gather up and start walking walking towards the center of the square, away from the warehouse, that about 8 individuals start closing in around you, and these are Inquisition troopers, soldiers. You recognize the armor, and they are flanked by 2 of the heavy Inquisition soldiers, the ones that are about 9 feet tall, look like they're wearing massive suits of armor, carrying 2-handed swords, 2-handed hammers, axes, shields. Like basically look like they're in this giant suit of power armor. And they're flanked by 2 of those, about a good half dozen individuals, all bearing marks of the Inquisition, Order of Inquisition. And Richelieu just kind of stops. No words are exchanged. Kind of like fans his head to the left, fans his head to the right. Does anybody else do anything?
I'm just gonna kind of stand as stoically as I can, looking forward just at I forgot his name, the commander.
Richelieu.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just looking directly at him, waiting for us to continue.
Anyone else?
Quinn feels mildly uneasy, but she tries to maintain her composure. Um, but she's kind of not necessarily shaking, but shifting because we're not moving.
Okay. Anyone else? You guys stand here for what feels like a good solid minute. Like people start moving away, seeing what's kind of like going on in the center here. Crowds are beginning to kind of gather around the edge of the buildings here in the square. It's a big open space here. Everybody is cleared out away from you. Malin, you're staring, you're just looking at Richelieu, waiting for some kind of movement. He isn't moving. He is still in the same position, one hand on his belt, one hand on the hilt of his broadsword, shield at his back. His eyes haven't flinched. His face hasn't moved. There's not even a twitch in his face. He's just looking at them with the same kind of tired eyes, those sleepy eyes that he has. Just kind of like looking at all of them, just waiting. I said a good solid minute passes of this kind of like standoff quiet before the Inquisition troops back off a little bit, and then they fan to the left and the right, three on either side, with a trooper with us, with the heavy armor trooper behind them, and the path opens up. Rishu just kind of takes a bit of a deep breath, and just kind of in his nose, out through the mouth, and he begins walking forward again.
We're sticking with him.
We're definitely following.
Pussies.
Yeah. Don't antagonize them.
Don't do that.
I definitely said it loud enough they could hear me as we keep walking.
I'm gonna kick him in like the back of the thigh.
No, we don't want him to slow down.
He's a monk. He'll be fine.
Excuse me.
He walks faster than I do.
You guys continue following Richelieu, and you spend a good couple of hours walking through the city. You guys remember the Trimarch, some of you might remember, the Trimarch Basilica is a fortress located at the center of the city. You're now in the Opus district. No, you guys are not getting on any trolleys, you're not getting on any carts or anything like that. No, you are simply walking, staying as a group. Richelieu keeping the same steady pace that he has, like he's marching. You get the impression this is somebody who's been on marches for a lot longer than this. And you guys keep pace with it, not letting the crowd separate you. A couple people try to cut in between every once in a while, people passing through, doing their business. But for the most part, pretty easy. It's not too long before you finally come to the heart of the city. This is the place where the Triumvirate University is located, the Trimarch Basilica, a lot of very important buildings and infrastructure here that it's around the centralized government of how this basically the entire kingdom runs, this entire lordship. And you guys are returning to the Trimarch Defense Corps, the Trimarch Basilica, the fortress. And a couple of you, I'd say like Maddie, Malin, but also the rest of you. It's a sense of, mostly for Maddie and Malin, it's a sense of returning here. And you guys are kind of just bursting with a sense of victory for the first time in a long time. It's like, yeah, you guys are under investigation for some pretty horrendous crimes and accusations, but at the same time, you're also returning after all this time of your rule of three, some of you from since the very beginning. And soon enough, you'll no longer be freelancers or unblooded. No, you'll be full-blooded, bronze rank mercenaries, maybe even silver. You guys have established quite a reputation after all. A lot of good, probably some bad, all of that reflects back on your time together and all that you've accomplished and all the time that you've been together. Some a lot sooner than others. But you're walking through and you reminisce, and you finally get to the Great Bridges. This fortress is accessed at the center of a big aqueduct is where it sits. This roaring water all around it, hundreds of feet below. And there's these like plus sign bridges that are leading towards the fortress at the center. And in your minds, you begin to reminisce a little bit, leading to the fortress. And sights and sounds fill the air of all these hawkers and the sellers of wares, armor, weapons, proliferation of preaching zealots, the scramble of hundreds of moving people back and forth, all races, all shapes and sizes, dozens of your fellow mercs as well, moving in and out of the fortress as you inch ever closer. What's something that we're going to go through just about everybody here. What's something that you're reflecting on as you start to approach the fortress here? A little moment of positivity. Is there or even sorrow? Is there a victory that you're thinking about after all these years? A defeat? Some foe that you defeated? Maybe a friend lost? It's been a long road, and you're so close to the end of that goal that you set out for what feels like years ago. What's something that everybody's thinking about? You know what? Let's go back up to the top. We'll start with Pico, very top. Pico, you're a relatively new introduction to the group, but you've been around a while. You've had some adventures, especially with the Eternal Vanguard. What's something that Pico's thinking about? Again, victories, defeats, foes defeated, friends lost. What do you got?
How I bursted to the scene, confused, not afraid, but definitely confused. Very happy to meet people, very happy to see that I have evolved with my double names, the first Pico de Gallo, the second Janet, and some great victory is when we were able to wield my giant, like, battling ram sort of dragons thing properly. Able to get my 10G in my possession at all times. And being able to get chicken kicked into the sky so hardcore that when I burst at the seams, I'm literally a feather pillow. And then later, being able to mourn some friends, and I treat this pun very well, to revel in how these are my friends. The victory is sound, for I am Janet and Pico all in one. And that is the end of my tale.
Hell yes. Let's go down the line. Argus, what about you?
Argus is very slowly coming to the terms that he is his own person, highlighting his own body. It is no longer just existence with the second person. But he's also thinking about how is Pandora doing with Hans, knowing that he left that stone back in the cart because he doesn't want her to be associated with everything. And then just happy about like how his pets have also been loyal to him. He's also very sad he's lost 2 combat buddies. I can't think of anything else for the robot right now. That's
solid.
Yeah.
Not every memory is a good one, but they're important nonetheless. Going down the line. Quinn, what about you? What's something you're thinking about?
Quinn's thoughts are a bit all over the place. Like walking through, knowing that we've completed and we're going to be bloody. Like her mind kind of drifts to Smalls, uh, and the idea that they could have been an invincible team. But she pushes that thought aside, and then she focuses on what her goddess had told her, uh, particularly, um, particularly that Smalls would be hers and hers alone. So she's hoping that, against all odds, that there's some better place for Smalls other than being squished. And then she also is thinking about some other things her goddess said, in particular finding a Eric Cochran with a particular book that she needs to acquire. So that's kind of where her mind's at a bit, like definitely with the idea that she needs to get through this in order to continue the work she needs to do.
Oh yeah. Thoughts on the future are good. Don't be so fatalistic. Got to have goals. Going down the line, Maddie.
Yeah, he's definitely like Argus and kind of a little sad, unfortunately. The very first episode over here was with Smalls, Drum, and Chiron, and Maddie all going to the bar to drink. Like that was the group when we split up that day, all 10 of us or all 9 of us or whatever. So he's thinking about them. Has a little bit of a smile on his face because he's just thinking about the shenanigans, but definitely pretty sad about it. Kind of just having that thought that he wants to do well for them because it's part of the line of duty. He knows being a merc, when we talked about it early on, it was about, definitely possibly dying and all the kind of stuff that goes with it. So he's kind of thinking like what he wants to do next is gonna be kind of for them, but just pretty kind of sad about it.
Good to remember where you came from. Speaking of that, in connection to that, Mig, I know you're the newest entry to this party, but it's going through Mig's mind. Obviously, not the same things of like accomplishment and everything that the Eternal Vanguard have gone through, but Mig's been around the block. Mike's connected here more than one way. It's going through Mig's mind.
Not a whole lot. He's mildly reminiscing on the last job he did in the city. He's thinking about the last charity that he, you know, donated money to. He's curious about how all this is going to play out, but all in all, he's in decent spirits.
Positivity, contagious. Malin, or Malin now, as Richard's been calling her. It's going through your mind.
Kind of thinking about how scared I was when I first arrived. How anxious and nervous I was about every little thing, and how now I am the main point of contact for so many people regarding the group. How much more confident and how much I have changed, both physically and mentally. She thinks a lot about the fight where we lost Drum. And she gets a little sad and like misty-eyed about it, thinking about how things could probably be so much more different if Drum were still around, but that hopefully wherever he is now he's happy. And then thinking about all of our big fights that we've won since then, especially the one where I fought against the other Thrycreen, where I killed the baby. Thinking about there's like a surge of pride in her when she thinks about that moment. Followed by a weird little hollowness now that she knows that she doesn't have a specific direction to go to from there. Um, but a feeling of wanting to kind of like continue that feeling, if that makes sense.
Accomplishment. It's not just about the jobs you guys have done. No, it's been the personal tasks along the way and the choices you all have made and where that's all led you to. It's like none of you are no longer the same people that you were when you first started. Not by a long shot. Change is inevitable. As you all kind of get lost in these thoughts, and you take reverence in this moment as you walk towards the fortress. Again, outside of this place, it is this multi-tiered fortress of this like indigo stone and steel that some of you would recognize in designs from Opus Dei. That kind of like technologically advanced, more not so much military chic as it is like it's also a display of design, stone, metalwork. Outside of the fortress are these massive visages of many races, dwarves, elves, men, all kinds of things. And they seem to be faces of past heroes, perhaps. Like you remember the statues outside of the orphanage where you guys dropped down and met up with Mig. It's a lot of hero worship that comes into the mercenary life, the mercenary world. Great deeds, great accomplishments. That's how you get remembered. And you often get immortalized in statues and visages and legends. But all these faces are adorned in this gold fleck and these bronze moldings. The battlements, there are these small battlements that run along all the upper levels. And sticking out seem these long cast iron tubes. Maddie and Malin, you specifically remember that all those ways back when you first met Morb told you those are cannons. This entire fortress is lined with cannons, and they're all aimed outward at the bridges. It seems like this place could go completely island in the event of an attack. Blow up the bridges, isolate itself, fight off any attackers coming, or at least bottleneck them. It's an extremely defensible position. Either way. But they're protruding outward, as I said. They're aimed directly at the walkways leading towards the basilica themselves. Another few hundred yards, though, brings you to the grand doors. And for this particular walkway, as you guys are walking along the North Bridge, as soon as Richelieu gets within 20, 30 feet of the doors, they open from the inside, and there's several attendants that are opening the door. And no fanfare, no trumpets or anything. It's not like he's returning, some victory. No, it's just they saw him coming, and you guys are close in tow. You get to the inside, it's this bustling display of bureaucracy and material flexing, albeit it's kind of lacking like that. It's lacking what you would call military discipline here. There are various races, warriors of all paths, and Litterin standing in these lines, waiting, processing crowds, the various job board postings all around the perimeter. There's probably a couple hundred people in here easily. It's stuffy. It's packed. It's busy. It's loud. At the center is this large square appointment of desks and important-looking individuals roaming through paperwork and directing the chaos as best as they can. A couple of you, Maddie and Malin, you recognize a familiar face of Letty, or Letiquashante as her name was. This large, muscular, hippo bureaucrat.
Can I wave?
Not stopping to check. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll wave.
Because as soon as you guys walk in and Richelieu takes kind of charge, a lot of people start to get the fuck out of his way. And the crowd tends to part as much as it is to at least let him through without you. So you guys kind of bottleneck a little bit, scrunch up, and you're following closely behind. Many of you with your passive perception notice that there are various guards and people here that are not just the folks working the main desks, not just the bureaucrats. There's active personnel here that are in charge of like security, and they're not part of any kind of particular mercenary group. No, these are Basilica troopers, Basilica soldiers, and every single one of them is watching you as Richelieu just continues to calmly, gruffly walk and march his way through the crowd. And yeah, I definitely say that Letty, along with a lot of other people, stop for a good 10 seconds or so and kind of look over the crowd and watch you guys being marched in. And you wave?
It's a small wave, but yeah.
She returns it. She kind of holds her hand up and gives it this like little, 2.5 finger wave back.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are led by Richelieu. Basically, you're passing by all of your fellow mercs. Some of them are indifferent. Some of them you notice are just glaring these death daggers at you as you pass. No particular reason why, but you're escorted shortly through a few sections of halls. Again, the doors are opened. You're walking through these decorated halls filled with these coat of arms, banners, weapons, armor. It seems to be all these collections of these countless mercenaries from the past. Again, pretty big on hero worship here, it seems. Finally, towards what seems like the deeper end of the basilica, towards the center, you're led to a large set of these angled cellar doors. Like they're barely up off the ground, maybe a 25, 30-degree angle, and they're just almost flat to the ground, if not for that slight angle. They're massive, heavy, reinforced with iron, and they are lifted by these massively thick chains and pulleys. And there's no indication as to what these lead to or what they are. They're just kind of sitting in the middle of this big open space in the center of the basilica with people walking all around them. But they lift up, and it kind of reminds a few of you of like the belly of a ship, how you would open up a cargo nest, those big gates and stuff like that were on that slaver ship that you battled. It's kind of similar to that. But the creak and loud opening of these doors definitely gets the attention of everybody around as you guys are let down. Actually, no, you're not let down because Richelieu stands to the side and just kind of motions with his hand towards this set of stone carved stairs angled downward. And each of the steps is actually slightly carved at a downward angle. It's almost like a slide, but you're going to have to be very careful stepping down these steps. And a couple of you get the impression that these were designed to not easily traverse up or down. But down below is just this kind of cold air rushing up, dark room. Not quite sure what's down there, but Richelieu is just standing there. Still one hand on his blade, the other hand is motioning with his hand out and just right this way, essentially, not saying a word.
I'm pretty confident in my acrobatics, so I'll go ahead and lead the way.
Maddie, you get the impression that if you take your time and play like with your acrobatics, just where they are, just take your time and step firmly, you'll be just fine. But you also get the impression that if you were to rush these stairs and try to run up or down them, either way, yeah, you're going to have a bad time.
Step firmly, and I'm going to go forward. We got this, team.
All right. Down, down, down. Does everybody go?
Quinn goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say thank you to him as we pass by him.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna say thank you as I go in.
He gives you a little nod. Bristles his mustache and gives you a little nod.
The only way up is down, and Janet goes.
Janet, you just glide down. You just prop your arms out and down you go.
How majestic.
Mig, falling behind still?
Yeah, as best he can. I mean, he's hobbling, but he's making it work.
I think Meg takes a little extra time getting down the stairs, kind of like posting up on the wall a little bit. And he's got a little hard time moving. But
he's definitely having to rely heavily on his walking staff.
Yeah.
Would I be able to use my mage hands to help him a little bit?
Oh, definitely. Kind of help support him a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Mig, this kind of like, it's not invisible by any means. It's a magical, literal hand, but it's in the shape of Malins. Comes over and kind of takes you by the elbow or takes you by the shoulder and helps balance you and makes your path down the stairs a little bit easier.
Meg is going to look over at Melon. Ma'am, I really appreciate that. That was very kind of you.
Mm-hmm.
But down, down, down. And you guys are literally standing in this like old school medieval dungeon type thing. And it's just in the bowels of the fortress below. It's this big open cold iron space, cold iron bars, heavy slamming gates, but no gates are closed. It's all like it's kind of like this mishmash of different cells that could be quarantined off and closed individually, but it's just one central opening that leads into this big open space of all these individual cells. Again, doesn't seem to be anybody else down here. It's just this cold. You hear this like drip, drip, drip of like this water intrusion from somewhere, but it echoes throughout the entire place. And a couple of you get the impression that you are probably down below the water line of that aqueduct that you saw the fortress sitting above. You were probably surrounded by all sides by tens of thousands of gallons of, ever churning water of that aqueduct. And it has slowly but surely dripped its way through the spaces in between stones. It's cold and damp down here. And the very air and the very walls give a sense of this pressure and the notion that you are definitely down below. And then you hear a voice from upstairs. It's Richelieu. This echoes down. Colonel Vanguard, get comfortable. You're here until told otherwise. And slam! The iron gates up above close off. And a few torches begin to light up. And you have just the faintest amount of light to kind of navigate through. And here you are. It's a dungeon. Nothing was taken from you. Nothing was, doesn't seem to be anything that you're not being chained up or, bonded or anything like that down here. Nope, you're just being held. Settling into this massive cell. Dark corners, damp floor, makeshift benches. They're all kind of waterlogged and the wood's soft to the touch. But here you are. Time
Janet's
begins to
gonna
pass.
cantrip light on my butt feathers, so that way I have a 20-foot radius of dim light.
Oh, I have my thermal lantern.
Janet looks at Melon and goes, "Perfect. You got a lantern? I have my butt." And I still light it up.
So my lantern does a 30-foot radius and then dim light for an additional 30 after that. And then it heats the area within the 30 feet bright light radius for a comfortable temperature, protecting the creatures from the effects of cold or reducing the need for heavy, cumbersome cold weather gear.
Nice.
I wish my butt would light me on fire.
I don't
Quinn's
think
just
you would
gonna raise an
actually like
eyebrow.
that.
So,
I'll look into
dungeon.
Dungeon.
What did y'all do? Janet's so confused.
What didn't we do?
Hey, we didn't ingest the narcotics intentionally.
As a start.
And we also did not
Wish I
kill the
was here.
Dismedes.
Also true.
Is there like somewhere that I could prop my thermal lantern anywhere that's like a good central point?
Central to the entire breadth of the dungeon? Not really. But you could prop it up somewhere. There's enough spaces like up against the wall to kind of light up one section of the cells.
What
It's
if
like,
I
could you
used,
see all
like,
the way to the back with it? No.
What if like I did like put up like my backpack and like Maddie's and maybe somebody else's to like keep it upright in a more kind of central area? Possibly. I don't know if that would work.
Sure.
Try to like sandbag it in place. Just so that way we can like take advantage of as much space as possible.
Yeah.
Since we
I'd say you
don't know
could
how
kind of
long
the
we're going to
space.
be here.
Yeah, space in between two cells, probably. I would say you could kind of open up enough there that you have room around 2 or 3 of the cells.
Mhm.
Again, the cells aren't huge by any means, probably like, 20 by 20, give or take. But the space itself, there's probably 20 cells in here. But all the way to the back, you can't see. But yeah, you could definitely clear a space where you're comfortable enough to see easily around 3 cells.
Is there anybody else down there with us at all?
Doesn't seem to be. It's just dark ass light.
Can I do a perception check of the just looking around, see if there's anything that stands out?
Sure. Perception check. Anybody else is welcome
Just
to.
gonna need to walk over somewhere. Like I could walk a little bit further with my little butt, if that'll help you, Maddie.
Yeah. Why don't we just walk around and check it out?
So I want to give a help action to Maddie to perceive while me and him walk around.
Sure.
Meg would follow.
Flaccid 20.
Well, that's 20.
22 from Quinn.
Cool. Using Pico's Light 2022, I'd say you guys take a few, like I said, it takes a good probably 10 minutes or so to kind of walk the breadth of this place. You're kind of going over some makeshift cots and stuff that have been left down here, some sleeping quarters. Doesn't seem like there's nothing down here that's of any worth, obviously, but looks like some people have kind of cobbled together things over the time to try and find something place comfortable to sleep. So you find a couple of makeshift cots and beds and benches that you're able to kind of drag back with you if you want. Some of the cells are definitely more damp than others. Like you get back and 2 or 3 cells away from you, and there's a good 3 inches of water or so on the ground, just kind of like sloshing around. And some of it smells worse. Some of it's pretty black and nasty. It's like it's been down here a while. But for the most part, no, it doesn't look like there's anybody else down here with you. Did you guys catch all that?
Yeah.
No, actually. Sorry.
Meg's just gonna offhandedly comment, "Oh, I guess none of my friends are here right now. That's good to know." And start walking back towards the rest of the group.
Quinn's gonna go sit on one of the makeshift cots or whatnot. She's just gonna sit there and she's gonna read. No, I don't have that. Yeah, she's just gonna sit there, think about stuff. I don't have the spell prepared that I was gonna use, so.
Oh,
Anybody else?
actually,
You're gonna be here a while.
once I get the thermal lantern a little bit more steady, could I possibly look through the detective's notebook that I have?
Sure. Roll me an investigation check if you're kind of like wanting to spend some time doing it. Or
Okay.
anybody else, basically kind of get situated. It seems like you're going to be here for a while, potentially long rest kind of status. What do you want to be doing?
I feel a ruffle in my jackets, and it's a letter that I got. I want to read a letter.
Okay. Yeah, if anybody wants to read the letters and stuff from Drew, that would be a good time. Anybody else? Anything special?
I was on mute. Quinn's holding on to 2 of the letters. She also has the one that was addressed to Smalls, and she's just looking at both of them, but not actually looking at the letters, just at the addressing.
Malin, what you get on that investigation check?
So I rolled a 2, but I'm wondering, would I be able to have advantage because I do have advantage on history and nature involving insects, both natural and monstrous? please.
Yeah, sorry. Can you not hear me? I said yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'll...
It was just really, really quiet, and I was like,
No, it's suspense. It's
I
necessary.
thought maybe you were rolling again. I was like,
oh
yes,
my
absolutely.
god, that was not better. Oh well, it's a 14.
14?
Yeah.
You hit intimidation, I think.
Oh, I did roll an intimidation. Oopie. I don't know who I'm trying to intimidate
You're,
there.
you scared the shit out of this book.
The book is so scared. I got a 16 this time.
16? Okay.
Yeah.
Spending some time, like I said, it's pretty dim light down here, and you got a lot going through your mind on a 16. There's definitely a lot of notes here from some kind of. It didn't really get a whole lot of information back from Danger when he got this thing, other than it came from somebody who was working with Norm the Naked, and there's a lot of like little doodles and goofy shit in the margins that you probably can guess is probably from Norm. And then there's an obvious distinction in the handwriting, the more serious, intellectual, focused, like dedicated monster hunter that Norm was working alongside, and it's describing something called the pollinator, is what he was calling it. And the pollinator seems to be, from what you can gather, is absolutely another one of your kind. This one has there's a couple notes here, and you're getting through the first couple of pages here. It's describing some events that the pollinator took place in, weird things involving like agriculture. It was connected to the theft of a few children, but it turns out that actually wasn't the case. You'll have to kind of dig more into the notes here. It turns out that a lot of people were using the pollinator as like they were blaming it for a lot of things. And some they were able to prove, some they were able to debunk, but there's a lot of talk of how this creature changed and evolved during all of the times that they were trying to hunt this thing down. But you'll have to spend some more time going through the notebook.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna need to get a notebook once this is all over, so I can take my own notes.
That'd be a good idea. Anyone else? Okay. You all settle in, read your letters, get comfortable. Time begins to pass down here. You don't really have a semblance of time. The dripping of the water kind of has a bit of a rhythmic tick to it, like a clock. Every second or so you hear it, but it just continues on. And it seems like thousands upon thousands of drops pass by. Everybody takes a long rest if you haven't done so already.
Can we also have Ellie occasionally just like play music for us?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Ellie's definitely playing her songs of rest and just kind of like keeping everything kind of soothing for everybody.
And if I have the satchel still, can I go ahead and update with like Smalls dying and everything like that? I know we're trapped in here and all that kind of stuff, but I kind of want to stay on top of what we should be doing since we're trying to become bloodied right here soon.
I did say last session that I reminded you to do that.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. It's true. Yeah, you're on top of your paperwork. It's around this time though, like the satchel's still working. Everything seems to be coming back and forth. I'd say a couple of you notice that inherently, like magic, if you're trying to cast anything above like a first level spell, it does have a little bit of difficulty here. So if you're trying to do any sending spells or anything else or anything more complex, there's something down here that is definitely making that far more difficult. All right. Time continues to pass, though. It feels like you have enough time down here to take a few long rests, honestly. Nothing happens. No one comes above. You don't hear anything, just the constant rhythmic tapping of the water. You guys start trying to pass time with conversations. And is there anything anybody wants to do or say during all of this? Playing card games? Mig, you've definitely still got your flask, no problem.
Mig is actually going to wander over to Argus and sit down against the wall, look up at Argus. You seem to have been really close with Smalls. Tell me your story. And just strike up conversation with Argus.
Where to start with the behemoth of a friend we call Smalls?
Well,
So
take us.
confused why everyone called him Smalls.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't like talking about that so much. That nickname's been with him for a long time. Hell, I don't know if I even knew. I don't know if I even remember his real name. We just always knew him as Smalls, and he eventually took the nickname on as a badge of honor. But hell, I remember a day when he hated that.
Now that we
Meg
come to think, that's
offers
what
it over.
every guy's name.
Meg offers you a swig out of his flask, just not thinking about it, as he's just kind of staring off, thinking about stories of Smalls.
I'll go ahead and take a swig from it.
Yeah, I'd have to really think to remember what his real name was. Damn, he's just always been Smalls. But his kids, they were something. Good old Konar and the Lion. God, I wonder what they're up to anymore. I'm gonna have to make sure that I follow through and track them out. So, how'd you get wound up with all of these good old folks?
As you guys are continuing your conversation, I'm going to shift over real quick. Quinn,
Yep.
what are you doing right now? Quinn.
Sorry, I'm on mute. Yes. So I've got. Would I be able to cast a third level spell if it's like not offensive or anything?
What are you trying to cast?
Globe of Twilight creates a
Okay.
darkness ball with little stars in it.
Yeah, I'd say go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. You need
Okay.
a 13 or higher if it's a third level spell.
Alright. Don't fail me, dice. Okay, it's a 6. It failed.
Unfortunate. As the spell fizzles out and you lose that spell slot. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, then I will continue to fiddle around trying to get the spell to work. But let me take the spell slot. Okay.
As you're fiddling around, that half-second flash of light catches your attention. You hear something next to you, this wet, squelching, sticky kind of substance, like it's like that sound, like you're squeezing something sticky between your fingers. And moving along the wall, along the floor, near your hands and feet, just as you fail at that spell, but then all of a sudden it goes back into the darkness. You can't see it, but you can hear it. This oozing, crawling black mass moves along the damp stone. It's like, think like congealed water moving, or congealed oil moving over top of water. It shifts and it bulges of these unpredictable shivers and shudders. It's like every sound, like Ellie's playing the music from one direction. You can, in that half second you saw that it was kind of like shuddering in that direction, picking up the vibrations from the music. Suddenly it stops, and you hear it, and you can just make out the shape of it as it begins to kind of raise itself up off the floor, elongating like a neck, morphing to create this new makeshift maw of a mouth. And it begins to open up, and there's these little shards of metal that are shifting through what you could consider like a gum line. And it smiles big and wide, maw agape. And then all of a sudden you hear this guttural, growling voice echo across the stones as it speaks to you.
Daddy, smells good. Eat for me, Daddy.
And more, do you want to take it from here?
Now, why the fuck am I in jail? What the fuck did you fuckers do?
Morb?
Yeah, I leave for 6 fucking months. And you guys are trying to destroy the whole fucking country?
Morb! Maddie's gonna run up and like try and squeeze him, see what happens.
It just squelches. It feels weird.
It feels right to me.
Morb, do you take shape?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the black mass returns and drops down and kind of goes back. That whole 3 inches of water that Maddie and Mig and the rest of the couple of you were walking through earlier begins to like pull itself together and begins to take this semi-humanoid shape and form and congeals itself back into the familiar, albeit rather altered shape of old friend Morb. This humanoid, 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head and a body, except now this black Icarus chitin begins to like mix itself. It forms like fingers and like armored claws and armor pieces going up his left arm and across his chest and up his neck and kind of the side of his face as it works its way down his left side of his leg and all the way down through his hip. This mass, whatever was talking to Quinn just now, is very much so a part of the amorphous body that is Morb.
Quinn's gonna let out a slight smile. Well, I was hoping the others wouldn't get dragged into this, but I'm glad you're here. It's totally fantastic. I don't know if it'll help us or not, but it is good to see an old friend.
Ew, can I touch you?
Janet,
Janet's so enthralled.
I don't know who you are, but none of you answered my fucking question. What did you fucking do?
okay, all of these charges
I do
are
shit.
very out of hand.
It's actually a good question. A lot of the things that we just happened to be in the area.
A lot of these things, we were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
We weren't even exactly at that place. We were just seen heading a direction in some of the cases.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously bad enough that as soon as I get back into fucking town, they cart me off to here. And how long I've been sitting here? Then they haul people in. I didn't even recognize half of you. The fuck happened to you?
Oh, yeah, so a lot of us have changed or
Oh
are no
shit.
longer alive.
Yeah, I heard you guys. I saw Maddie filing the paperwork for the death of Drew and Smalls. I saw that. The fuck?
Yeah. Listen, we found another doppelganger of Slevin's, okay? And that guy has a vendetta and killed Drew.
Quinn's gonna cut her eyes towards Malin, as if this is not the place to have a conversation.
She's gonna kind of like nod. But like, a lot of these things, we were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. How did your adventure go?
Well, I was coming back for help. I got the figurehead and I need to return it. But I get back into town and then I'm arrested.
At least it's only for questioning and not to be incarcerated. Though we are currently in a dungeon, so that point's kind of... Anyways, I'm sorry, but it's very good to see you.
Still good to see you.
And as soon as we are done with this, we will definitely help you return the figurehead.
Maddie will go ahead and let go of Morb at this time.
Just been hugging him this whole time. I love it. I'm just picturing Morb kind of like uncomfortably standing there, still having this conversation over Maddie's shoulder. Love it. Anyone else?
Did we decide if he gained in size?
Morb?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still a medium-sized individual, depending on how you want to shape yourself.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure with feeding my son if I got bigger.
Oh, your son gets bigger. You don't get bigger.
Okay.
What started out originally as just like this little this little patch in the palm of your hand has like morphed into this thing that now encompasses almost probably 30, close to 40% of your body.
Gotcha.
So I guess if they're rounding us all up, we're totally waiting on Monroe then, right?
I would assume so.
Although of all of us to get caught, it would totally Monroe first.
Yeah, I'm surprised Morn isn't here.
What do you mean? Warren hasn't been with you guys?
No, after the party, Morn went missing. We haven't seen him at all or heard from him. Nobody has.
What party?
The DeCimeti party?
Never heard of it.
Okay, so you remember the pregnant lady that we saved?
Yes.
Okay, so she ended up being the bride of one of the DeCimetis. And so they threw a party the day that she was due to deliver the baby. And at the very end, somebody killed all of them. Her husband, the baby. Nobody knows who did it. They are trying to blame it on us, simply because we were at the party. We have not seen Monroe since that party. But it is also Morn, so they go off and do other things all of the time. They never tell
No.
anybody where they're going.
Let me know if I understand this. You guys all go to a party. People die at the party. The next thing you know, Morn is gone.
That same night, yes.
That seems suspicious.
It's around this time the doors open, the familiar doors of the heavy iron leading down the steps, and a little bit of light creeps down on the far end where you guys walk down.
I'm sorry, Marshall, could you repeat that? It was very quiet on my end.
Sorry. The big heavy iron doors that you guys came down for the dungeon, for the cells, opens up, and the light begins to shine down the stairwell back on the far end, wherever you guys are positioned in the cells now. The doors are open, and someone is walking down. You can hear it off in the distance. These heavy wood, leathery soles tapping against the steps as someone begins to walk down.
Looks like we have more company.
I'm gonna get up and start meeting them halfway.
As you all begin to kind of great. As you all begin to kind of start navigating your way towards the front to meet whoever's coming down, they get to the bottom of the steps, and there's a tall, dark, rugged, with a rather unkempt looking 5 o'clock shadow, and these grizzled dark sideburns past his ears. From this distance, they're tall, probably about 6'6", giving you the impression this is probably some kind of ASMR. The reason why you have that impression is all of this is accentuated by these fierce, piercing yellow eyes that are underneath this hat of his that he's wearing. As you look over, it's almost like a cowboy meets a padre kind of look about him. It's this rough, unpolished leather boots. It has a single spur on the right side that chimes every other step as he begins to walk down the stairs and eventually hits the bottom and is walking towards you. He's wearing Trinity Church vestments, like one of their holy men, one of their clergy, white collar and all. But it's weather-worn and disheveled. It has this long black duster coat that drapes down over all of it. And atop of his head, of course, sits this wide-brimmed, round, black hat. And it has this snakeskin band decorated with these various fangs and sharp teeth that have been kind of stitched into it. In his left hand, some of you see, is this copy of the what's known as the Trinity Sangre Publici primer. It's basically the common mass production copy of the Trinity Church's Holy Book. In his right hand, he's twirling a coin between his fingers with incredibly deft dexterity. And he's got this grin under his hat, as he looks at you, yellow eyes and all. He's got teeth that are kind of ashy yellow and gray. And he's got this fat hand-rolled cigarette bit down between his teeth. Just a second. Makes it down to the bottom. He just kind of stands there, puts the coin into the palm of his hand, and then puts the one over, and he's just holding there with the Trinity Bible, as I guess we can say, and he looks at all of you and just smiles and says, "Hello, cunts." And that's where we're going to take our break.
Hello.
You're not even gonna let us respond? Ah, such a dick move.
More
Gotta let it stew for a minute.
Barb!
Dude, we're so excited to have
My
you back,
God,
man.
it's Barb! I'm so fucking happy.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's fucking awesome. I'm so excited that Morp's back.
I'm like, my boy, the hate is still here. Nothing's changed.
Oh, Morb is the grade A hater.
I'm happy. Hell
Alex,
yeah.
Matt, Alex, I need you guys to get together for more PC art now. Go on.
There you go.
Two.
Yay.
All right,
What
let's
time
go ahead and
is
take a 10-minute break. It's almost 7:50 my time. Let's take a 10-minute break. Let's come right back at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock my time, and we'll jump right back into this thing. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, use the restroom. See y'all in 10.
Sounds good.
Yay. Everybody read your fucking letters.
I read two of them.
Would you have left one for Morb?
Letters.
I haven't gotten any grading done for shit.
So I was thinking about that, and I'm not entirely sure because he wasn't there when Drew died.
No.
I'll write one for you. Give me a
Sweet.
second. Give me 10 minutes.
Okay.
Quinn's gonna be holding on to this other. I got one for you too. Watch Morn's gonna come back and be like, "I'm sorry, Drew said Q."
Oh my god, should I write one for Morn? I didn't even think about that. Fuck you, you bitch ass.
Yes. You see, I read 2 out of 3. Pandora's won't get read until we get to go see Pandora.
No, you should read it. Wait, the what?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
well, like in group won't be read. I read it. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
canonically doesn't exist until we
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I feel like
Would Argus read it, actually?
he's not
Would-
Pandora.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's why I also wrote one for you.
Correct. But that's why I said I read 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Yes. And then veg are in there, and then rice is in rice cooker.
Nice. Yeah, because you're the only one who got one from Dion.
I didn't get one, even though I was loving on the cat. It's all good. I
Well,
have 2 because I have smalls. So
You have smalls.
I do have smalls.
To be fair, it involves past life issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called drama. Quinn is all about that.
Well, yeah, but when these were written, like Dion wasn't thinking of like saying goodbye to you guys because she hadn't met you yet.
That is fair.
Oh, I wonder if I have more wine.
Okay, I have returned.
Yeah. Yeah, 60 seconds.
High motion.
It'll make it. All right. Are we all back? Where'd money go?
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm here.
Quinn, Maddie. All right. Pico, you good?
I went.
Oh, that okay. I wondered who that was. More all set. Mig.
Glug glug.
Glug glug. Alex is set. Monica Wales.
You are
Is Alex good
muted,
to
my
go?
dear.
I believe he is upstairs.
He is
I will
upstairs.
scream real quick.
I could just go up there. He might be in the bathroom. Give me a second, I'll check. He's sitting at his computer.
He's good to go.
Yeah.
There he is. I guess he came off mute now. You good, Alex?
My headset. Check.
Yeah.
Hello.
You good?
Why
Check,
is
check,
I
check.
not hear anything?
Oh no.
Not muted or anything.
Hold on one second. My headset's not working.
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't.
So we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, but if he can't hear us, then
Yeah.
it makes the game a lot harder to play.
Kind of defeats the purpose. No, I'm just saying, like, we can hear him.
Mm-hmm.
Audio visual wizards over here. Y'all figure it out.
I'm working on it. I'm sorry, I can't teleport yet.
He's gotta go up the stairs.
Careful.
Yeah.
Those tend to kill y'all.
I know. We do not have a good track record with stairs.
Unplugged it. Replugged it back in. Turn it off. Turn it back on again.
Check, check, checkity, checkity, check.
I wonder if it has a button that automatically deafens sound.
I don't think so.
I don't have him muted or anything. Shouldn't have
Yeah.
any of us muted. So log him out, log him back in. So
All right.
check,
You're
checkity,
back.
checkity, check. Check, 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 checkity, checkity, check.
No, I might just unplug it and just go through this speaker. Hopefully, it doesn't get picked up.
Come on, checkity, check, check.
I had to switch to the TV speakers rather than my headphones because I could not get them to work.
Maybe your headset died.
Sounds good.
All right, as long
Can
as
you hear us
we're
now?
good.
Yeah, it's coming through the TV. I just hope it doesn't come up through the mic. Is it getting any feedback?
Not
No,
so
we'll
far.
let you know if it does.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right. Let's dive back in. All right. This priest walks himself down to the landing, looks at all of you, smiles, bright yellow eyes, yellowish gray teeth, big ass cigarette in his mouth, and just tells you all, "Hello, cunts."
Can Quinn roll insight to see if he's just trying to rile us up or if there's something more?
Sure. Give me an insight.
14.
14. Doesn't seem to be anything vindictive.
Okay.
But he just met. Which one of you Nancy speaks for this little social club of yours?
I'll step forward.
Delightful. You must be, looks down at his, just kind of like looks down almost like he's looking at the palm of his hand. Malin.
Yes.
Terrific. All right. You must be, and he kind of goes through the group. Pico/Janet. Morb. Argus. Quinn. Nice tits. Mig. And Matty. Do I have the right of it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Janet.
Father Urban. I've been enlisted to assist you with your little endeavor. I hear you've been naughty. Don't all speak at once.
As I was just filling in our companion Morb, everything that is being brought again. The things that are being
Actually, you
brought
know what?
against
I don't
us.
give a shit. I'm certainly not one to judge. It's way above my pay grade. And you know what? It's at the top end of my don't give a shit of me then. So, first things first. What do you say we get you out of here?
Okay.
What? Gather your things? Meet me at the stairs.
Okay. I'll
Quinn
start
gathers up.
gathering up the stuff.
Sure. Anything
Quinn
anybody
grabs the
says
stuff
to
and
each other while you're gathering your things?
when Quinn walks by Ellie, she's going to like just squeeze her hand just a little bit, just like as a "we've got this" as she continues to the stairs.
Hop two, fuckers. I'm paid by the hour.
Wouldn't you want us to take our time then? Because then you get more.
Nope. My time's way more valuable than that.
I guess that makes sense. Okay.
This one's sassy. I'm starting to like her. Ready? Savvy? Good to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. General Vanguard. Fucking name. All right. Up the stairs. Anyways, so first things first, as he's walking and talking as he's going up the stairs, completely unfazed by the stairs, by the way. He's just one step right after the other, no balance issues. He's just kind of walking up. First things first, you're going to get 3 days to gather your defense. Okay? We'll talk of that once we're outside, savvy? And you guys begin to walk up the top flight of the stairs.
Can I press to digitate all of us on the way up to clean us up, to get rid of all the nastiness?
Sure.
Because, fuck him.
as you start casting prestidigitation, as everybody kind of passes by you, I'd say you kind of lead up the back of the group as you're kind of cleaning everybody up. But he escorts you up past the heavy iron doors. Who's first behind him, by the way?
I'll be first.
Okay. Malin, as he steps out, and you feel like you're walking right behind him. The minute you put your foot at the top of the landing leading outside of the stairwell, you feel as if you have this sensation as you step over the threshold. Sensation like you've been flipped, a complete 180. Like your whole body's on an axis. Like your feet have tipped and swapped places with your head. And in an instant, you step through the door. You're no longer in the cells. You're no longer even in the basilica. Rather, you step right across the threshold into Angus and Angus's warehouse.
Oh.
Each of you feels the same sensation. It seems as if like the person in front of you walks out and over the last step and walks into the basilica, but rather as soon as you hit that top of the stairwell, you do a complete flip. Actually, just for fun, everybody give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Quinn rolled a 6.
Okay. Did anybody roll below a 5?
Oh no, I almost did. I rolled a 3, but add the 6, so I got a 9.
Okay. Anybody that rolls below a 5, you instantly puke your guts out. The equilibrium, the sudden toss, it's like you've been flipped in a churn, like you've been just ass over tea kettle over 1,000 times, except you just have the sensation of like you put your foot down. It's like when you miss a step or you think there's an additional step, and all of a sudden, nope, you flip ass over tea kettle, and you are now in a completely different space, and you are back in the familiar lodgings of Angus and Angus's warehouse. Quinn, Morb, you guys have this really queasy feeling in your stomach, and you almost puke, but you're able to hold it back and kind of get yourself settled in. And you all begin to take stock. Again, you're all back in the warehouse. Urban's just kind of standing there, kind of smiling. He's got that same shitty grin on his face, still puffing away on his cigarette.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
You seem like a man who's used to climaxing.
Hey, well, maybe. Some days not. You never know.
Depends on how much coin you got, right?
That's not a problem.
Yeah, I bet. Anyways, so taking stock. Oh, yeah, as you can see, you are 1 short.
Monroe.
Now.
Quinn
You all take a quick look around. Ellie is gone.
Oh. I'm gonna look at him extremely
Quinn
confused.
has a little.
I'm gonna yell, Ellie.
Quinn's gonna let out a little, or have like a little half smile. She's confident in Ellie's abilities to do what needs to be done.
Does anybody else say anything?
May I inquire as to where she is?
Which one?
Ellie.
Oh, you mean the little blood witch / rebel wildling / unregistered magic user? Yeah. About that. They really like her, so she went somewhere else.
Is she safe?
I mean, she's probably hanging upside down in one of them holding cells for the Inquisition. With a fiery hot poker stabbing her in the bum.
That does not sound ideal. At all.
Calm down. She'll be fine. Probably.
Quinn will actually
Look.
speak up. Like, I'm confident she'll be okay.
Say positivity. It's simply infectious. Now, as I said, the law's the law, okay? She can't be touched until everything's proven guilty anyways. Or unless you all fuck off and leave her. Again, no judgments. I leave that to the god humpers that have her.
Okay.
Any
what-
thoughts going through anybody's heads right now?
So Ellie can die. You weren't messing with us before on this subject.
No, I'm not
Maddie's
messing
definitely trying. Maddie's trying to hold back his rage because he's pretty sure he's about to try and attack this guy.
So what do we do now?
Look. One of you was going to them either way, okay? Law demands that a bond be posted and held in the event that one or more people is charged with the same crime. Blah, blah, blah. Consider her on layaway, a kind of leverage to gently encourage you fucks to come back and play nice. Most of the time, it's a spouse, a family member. Sometimes it's your kids. All in all, perfectly common business. Welcome to the law, fuckers.
Okay.
That aside, I guess it's time to discuss. You said we have 3 days to mount a defense. Well, what exactly are we looking at?
Terrific. And he looks around. What a shithole. Is there someplace private we can talk? I'm not going to exactly say there's a meeting room or anything in this shithole, but someplace we can talk privately?
Is Angus nearby?
Oh yeah, Angus and Ingus are right there. Like Angus is still up on top of the catwalk or the upper levels of the warehouse. He's got his blunderbuss kind of pointed down, weird look on his face, like he's completely confused how you all just walk through the door without opening it.
Mm-hmm.
Angus is still sitting there. He's chugging back a beer at one of the tables, kind of the same table y'all were sitting at earlier.
I'm gonna
You guys
gesture to him and go, the help we were.
Kind of like he has this like tension headache rub thing that he's going on between his eyebrows. Just use my room. Just go use my room. You could use that.
Thank you.
Jesus. All right. Super. To the room, shall we? Urban kind of leads the way and throws back the curtain, almost takes it off the rings. Ah, yeah.
As we're walking, Morb is gonna pass Angus. Good to see you, sir.
He is just even more confused at this point. You said Angus or Angus?
Angus?
Yep. Angus is like, he's fighting back this horrible tension headache, but Angus definitely waves at you. He looks happy to see you.
I wave back at Angus and smile. I'm happy to see Angus.
Right.
When we get
And you
inside,
guys...
I'm gonna ask him. I'm like,
go ahead.
I've got a question. I haven't seen these fuckers in 6 months. Does that help with my defense against whatever shit they did?
Does it make you fireproof? Does it make you fireproof?
No, I haven't seen them in 6 months. Most of the shit they did, I haven't seen.
Well, I guess if it doesn't make you fireproof, it doesn't really fucking matter to the Inquisition. They'll burn you all the same.
Yeah, nothing really matters to the Inquisition, though.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that under my breath and keep walking.
I can tell we're gonna have a gravelly voice-off competition. This is gonna be fan-fucking-tastic. Anyways. He kind of like cracks his knuckles and lights up another cigarette. So, you want to close that drape behind you there, cripple? He's kind of talking to Mick.
Well, aren't you just fucking rude? What did I do to you? Yeah, I'll close it.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Now, let's all get more comfortable, shall we? Cracks his knuckles, lights the cigarette, and all of a sudden he begins to shift a little bit as his hands retract back into the robes, and a couple of you get the sensation that a polymorph is dropping here. and the robes and the leathers give way to this coarse, black, wiry hair. Hands grow smaller, but they are still under these massive forearms for his shrinking form, and start to sprout these little claws. And a set of these bat-like wings sprout and offer this little introductory flap or two. And a pair of these ivory gray horns with a little touch of smoky flame sputtering on either point begin to protrude out of his head. But those eyes, those yellow eyes, are still very much so unchanged. The hat's gone, sadly. I know. But that fat hand-rolled cigarette is still burning very much so between his yellow and gray teeth, which have now shifted into these pointy little fangs, still clenched in this devilish little smile.
Interesting.
Very impish.
Right, that's better. Introductions are in order. I'm Urban. I'd say it's a pleasure, but I'd be fucking lying. And does anybody else want to say anything?
Quinn's gonna flick her hair back and it's like, I'm totally Quinn Elizabeth.
Whatever you're selling, Toots, I don't want it.
Everyone's so feisty today.
Well, there is a lot
The
going
sheer
on
fact
there.
that you're not surprised by me is definitely not going to help the heresy charge. I can fucking tell you that right now.
People change all the time. Apparently, that's pretty common. I'm finding out.
Before we get into this, I forgot I had to say one thing. He kind of looks over to Maddie. Oh, by the way, Prince Samael, Mommy says hello.
Maddie's gonna like stiffen up a little bit.
Quinn is once again gonna raise an eyebrow.
So is Malin.
So, what do you say we get started? Like I said, I'm paid by the hour, and you fuckers look cheap.
Okay.
Follow your lead.
Trafficking of illegally obtained indentured servants, abandoning them to the whores of the endless acre wood. What's that all about? Story time.
What do you mean? In the Endless Acre what?
It says here that you are charged. He like pulls out his own like list. Like this appears to be a more legal writ, like beyond the writ of accusation. This appears to be a list of your actual charges of what they are accusing you of. That's right. It says right here. You are charged with the trafficking of illegally obtained indentured servants, abandoning them to the whores of the Endless Acre Wood. So not only did you steal slaves, you left them to fucking die in a deep dark forest. I applaud you.
Quinn's gonna shrug her shoulders. I know nothing about that. Do you want to go first?
I remember.
Well, Quinn's like, I totally don't know anything about that. I did run into these guys in the Laker Woods, but I don't think they had anybody with them at the time other than those who are no longer with us.
That's what I just fucking said. They abandoned them to the Endless Acre Wood. Come on, Toots, keep up.
We didn't abandon anyone in the Endless Acre Woods.
So where are they?
One of the people who was traveling with us used to be a part of the last hearth that was there, and we somehow ended up stumbling into it, and she decided to stay there. And that's it.
What does that have to do with the children that you supposedly stole?
I don't remember any children.
Well, does anybody else here have a better memory than the bug?
Oh, I totally met them in the Indislaker Woods, like I said. They definitely didn't have children with them.
That absolutely added nothing. Tell you what, we'll come back to that. We'll put a pin in it. Okay, let's move on. We don't got all fucking day. Oh, there's a footnote here, because it adds to the trafficking. Basically, this is a straight up slavery charge. You are wanted in connection to regards of the illegal distribution, imprisonment, and summary loss of life of slaves under a ship called the Khaleesi. You publicly proclaimed yourselves looking for such a ship, and appears that some of your former members have ties to it. Care to tell me?
I was a slave on that ship.
Okay.
We had a member named Monroe who was also on that ship, and we were trying to find information as to where the Khaleesi may have crashed at for them for some closure. But Monroe is kind of an idiot and doesn't know how to ask things in a tactful way. But that is it.
Monroe. That's the missing satyr that I have listed here, right?
Yes.
Where's that?
We've had no contact with Monroe.
Ooh, so perhaps we have a scapegoat. Delightful. Moving on. We'll stick a pin in that. Heresy against the Trinity Church. Now, this was fun. Knowingly engaging with cursed objects and cursed individuals. Delightful. This one calls out two of you specifically. A Druidic and... my prince. This is such a ghastly name. A Matty Ice.
Well, Drew is dead.
Nick's gonna speak up. Come on, we both know those charges have to be bullshit. Every noble in this entire fucking area plays around with that shit, and they do their little sacrifices for money, and they do their little shit. They better have something solid to actually hold against them.
Don't I?
All this team needs is one noble, one person of repute to stand up and say that they are decent people, and that charges they can't hold that.
This one's smart. I like him. You're growing on me too. Yes, essentially, I could count the number of people that I've made a deal with. Most of them, the really funny part is, half of them, they make deals for a couple extra inches below the belt. You know what I mean? That's beside the point. Anyways, yes, you have somebody that can speak up against some of this. It's going to go a long way. We'll come back to that. But yes, this, God, I'm not going to get used to this name, my prince. I'm just going to call you my prince. I'm going to be respectful. There is the whole situation where you cavorted to assassinate the Archdevil Morgoth. Delightful piece of work. A little fucked up that you used humans to do it, but again, delightful power play.
Who?
I don't have anything to say on that.
Oh, of course, like, mum's the word. Oh, let's move on to my most. This one I like as well. Murder of a clergy. Some asshole called Father Lambright. How'd you do it? How'd you kill him? Come on, give me the juicy.
We were trying to save Quinn.
Is that the guy who ripped out my nails?
Yes.
Worked hard on those. Ugh.
Good thing I'm just glad he didn't rip off the tits. That would have been sad. True war crime against humanity. Whatever the fuck you want to call
I love when people notice my goddess's blessings.
it. Yeah. So you killed a priest to rescue the prostitute.
She's not a prostitute.
Oh, she does it for free.
No. She just has big boobs.
Mm-hmm. But you're admitting that you killed a priest in order to rescue her.
I also think they prefer the term escort, not prostitute.
She's not an escort.
Very classy.
I don't know if we've ever asked, actually, so I'm not sure.
Melon is gonna start rubbing her temples.
Quinn's just gonna turn and look at Maddie like, what the hell, man?
You can be whoever you want to be, Quinn.
Besides the point.
Girl, live your truth. You know, get that money.
But as for murdering any clergy, I'm unsure if we did that. I know we got kidnapped by some dude who rambled about an abomination. Unfortunately, I have no idea who he was. He just kidnapped me. Rude. But it's not the first time I've been kidnapped.
I'm sure it won't be the last either. You have very damsel in distress. So, kill the priest. All right, we're definitely going to have to figure that one out. Perhaps we can pin that on Monroe as well. How would actually? Well, anyways, it would be, except there's another charge here. A footnote, addendum, that you also killed several clergy that were assisting in a cleansing ritual in the endless acre wood. What do you say about that, cunts?
That was them?
Not a great answer.
There was nothing cleansing about that. Oh. That was absolutely terrifying. The monstrosity that came from that was not cleansing.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you were so scared.
What are we talking about?
We lost Drum in that fight.
Oh, that fight.
And did you find him? After, I mean.
Bones.
Yeah, because it says right here that he's fucking dead.
Sorry, I was on mute. I think Maddie's gonna try and punch him.
He'd like it.
Up to you guys.
Prince.
Can I try to stop? If he tries to punch him, can I try to stop him?
It was only a 14 anyway, and probably missed.
He's speedy. You kind of like, I'd say you like just try to do like a little backhand, and he kind of like just moves out of the way ever so slightly. He is a full blown imp at this point, and he's about, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet tall, give or take. He just kind of like flutters out of the way, and then returns back to his seat. Now, let's behave ourselves. We're having a polite conversation. Look, I can tell you're all very sensitive about these charges. So, I will do my best to tone it down a notch. How's that sound?
Hopefully this all works out for us, so. You're our only hope.
You could blame on that, like, is sketchy. You could just blame it on Morn since we can't find where they're at and they're, like, missing.
Be fair.
See, the squishy boy gets it.
Monroe did cause a lot of havoc while they were there, so, you know, things
really
have been
did.
quite peaceful without them.
Monroe is also the reason our name was linked to the Khaleesi. I wasn't going to make it public. They're the ones that made it public.
He did scream it in the middle of a giant arena. Stupid.
So okay, listen up here, guys. Are we all in agreement? Fuck Monroe.
Yep.
Yeah.
More instantly. Instantly.
Mom was gonna think about it for like 3 seconds and then go, yeah.
It probably was Morn. I don't even think it's like fuck Monroe. It's just that was
I
their
mean,
lifestyle.
does it also help that Monroe has not been seen or heard from since the party at the DeCimetti's?
That is kind of curious because Monroe generally makes scenes, so
Yeah.
The plot stiffens.
Stiffens? Never mind, I don't want to know.
Quinn giggles.
So, the long and the veiny of it is we're going to blame half of this on Monroe. Y'all are diabolical. I fucking love it. Let's move on. Oh, by the way, yeah, that whole killing of clergy in the Endless Sacred Wood. There will be a representative from a group called the Krakenites, and apparently is going to stand against you and claim that you killed a bunch of their members. So, we're going to have to figure out a battle plan to deal with that.
Could we go with self-defense? Because they did attack us first.
You know what? If it...
So, I don't know if this is important or not, but Ellie did mention that they had a cursed item that she handed over to the Buyo Yuyo.
Uso?
That person. The Buso. Thank you.
Slow it down, honey. There's nothing in your mouth right now.
Yes. So she handed over a cursed item when we had discovered it to the closest person that would be able to take care of it. So did them having a cursed item work in our favor at all?
You know what? This is why we're having these conversations. We're going to figure out all the naughty little things you did and all the naughty little things you did to make it right. And also pin all of this on Monroe as much as possible. Delightful. What do you say we keep going?
Okay.
Conspiracy to commit grand larceny. Kind of boring, but what happened there?
Does it give you any more details on that, or is that it?
Apparently you were conspiring to rob a potion shop here in the capital.
I knew it. That one was Ellie. She was very new into town, did not know how anything worked. The moment she started talking about that, I immediately shut it down.
I'm sure the whole poker and the bum thing is going to be just fine. No penance for that. Let's see here. Next one. Oh, this is a fun one. Highway robbery, including the theft of private goods, illegal butchery of exotic livestock without a license.
That was not
What the fuck did you all do? No.
No.
Because according to... Go ahead. Tell me all about it. I'm all ears.
While we were traveling, we came across a cart that was completely destroyed and demolished, and there were several dead animals already there. When we made our way into town, we found a very unpleasant clown who was supposed to be in charge of them, and he had left the animals to somebody else's care. That had nothing to do with us.
Oh. Yes, it is listed here. Roxo the Clown.
Yeah. Later on, we ended up finding the owners of, Roxo's bosses, and made good with them, and ended up actually purchasing our mount from them.
Oh.
We are on good terms.
You say you made good? You made good with them?
Yes.
Okay. So it says here, yeah. Roxo the Clown.
Roxo may not like us, but his bosses do.
Let's see here. He's also claiming that you guys used illegal magic to win a competition called the Cock Hunt. I'm sure that was all done by Sugar Tits here, of course. Whatever the hell that was. He's also claiming slander was against him, and it's also signed by Ringmaster V of the Stepping Time Circus. Because Ringmaster V, Yes, because it says here that Ringmaster V says that there was attempted theft of circus property, as well as the assault of his staff. How rude.
We did apologize to him for the assault of the staff. That one was Smalls shortly after Quinn was kidnapped.
Oh. And are you still sorry?
Very.
I'm sure that'll clear it right up. All right. Just keeps going. What else do we have here? Ah, yes. Criminal mischief, included but not limited to illegal dueling, brawling, public consumption of alcohol, necrotics, and hedonism. Group after my own heart.
We were drugged by Lady Maiko.
Lucky you.
Because she thought it would be funny.
Lady Maiko drugged you?
Yes.
Is that why you killed her?
We did not kill her.
Oh. Because it says here that you're wanted as a co-conspirator in her disappearance. And she has powerful friends. Well, family, technically.
Yes, we have met the Buya Uso.
And would you say you guys are cool?
The Buya Uso did grant us boons.
Okay. He's looking over at you, Maddie. He's kind of giving you this little wink.
Lady Maiko thought it would be funny to drug us by putting the mushrooms in our food. The next morning, we were very forcefully ushered out of the city that we were in, and it wasn't until we were on the road again that she explained to us what she had done. Later on, we were ambushed, and she was kidnapped, and we did our best to try to find her after that.
Unsuccessfully, I'm guessing. All right. We could probably wrap that one up easy. Poor boy. The narcotics charges, the public consumption, probably going to result in a fine if nothing else. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But be prepared. What else do we have here? Oh, yes, the creme de la creme, the piece de resistance. They're naming you as co-conspirators in the night events that resulted in the deaths of the much beloved Baron Paulo Rex and all of his little fucking cohorts. Mainly the, wife and baby.
We had nothing to do with that.
No?
No. We saved his wife before they were married. Why would we save her just to kill her later?
Maybe you're all fucked. In the head.
We really liked her. She didn't like us very much because she was traumatized, but
anyone that can back up that statement, that claim?
Well, we were totally at the party that night, but I do think I remember Drew, who asked about the well-being of her, and we were told she wasn't there. But we spent most of our night at the party. There was even like a talent show that I got robbed of the win from. But
the healer, one of their healers, I think her name was Rose. We did speak to her while we were at the party, and she could vouch for us.
Captain Albert Alexander was also there when we saved her off of the ship.
We were on his ship, actually, when we saved her. Though, I should probably tell you the last time that we got on his boat after, there was a lot of damage done to his ship.
What did you do to my friend?
People tried to raid the ship, and we stopped them from raiding his ship, but it did also cause a lot of damage because of the hooks. So he might be a little pissed at you. Definitely at us, but I'm just letting you know. I'm sorry.
Seemed fine with me. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, then, let's see here. There's a whole host of plaintiffs here. Oh, yep. There's one more plaintiff. Well, a few more, but whatever. This is one. Let's see here. There's a Major Domo Logain. He's
Mel's gonna roll
claiming
her eyes.
he's claiming cowardice on the part of the Ito Vanguard. Apparently, there was a fight against some Ankegs. Loss of life, dead villagers, screaming into the streets. And when they were beset by the beasts, you all used them as little meat shields and made your way to safely to the docks.
Are you joking?
Yes, welcome to my stand-up set. Tip your waitress.
She's gonna like rub her temples too and be like, I feel that same kind of pressure headache coming on.
Is that when Chiron was hailed as the hero?
That is when Chiron was hailed as a hero. Everybody that
There
was
is-
brought over from there that was he saved so many people. In fact, at the dojo where you guys were at, there is a statue of him where people still go to pay their respects to him.
Yeah, that is the easiest charge to get rid of, period. There's too many witnesses.
Yeah.
He's
At least
upset
one of you's
because
making
we
this
had
easy.
a duel with him and he had to run away. One that he instigated himself.
Ooh.
Besides, while we were fighting in that duel that we had with him, he was using those Ankegs himself.
Oh my god, was that the little gnome dude? Is that who we're talking about?
The one who tried to drug you, yeah.
She just shows up everywhere.
Didn't have money.
Anyways.
Sounds like the making up defense to me.
He's probably angry
Look.
and bitter because Quinn wouldn't sleep with him that night at the party.
Oh, was she too expensive?
No, I was winning at the card games.
Right. He kind of just looks at you with his like glazed look in his face. Anyways, so we got a whole lot of meat on this bone. Lot to go over, lot to figure out. I suggest we take it in bite-sized chunks. You all have 3 days. We all have 3 days. My reputation is staked on all of you. I don't like to lose. So, if you're not being forthcoming with me about any of this, I suggest you're very honest with me right now. Because if I find out the latter, I might just switch sides. Nothing personal. Is there anything here that you haven't been completely honest with me about? As I said, I'm in a bit of a pact with this job. I will see it through to the end, unless there is something that will defy the rules. One of which is if you're lying to me. So, let's cross the line together. Come now, cunts. Is there anything here that you've been dishonest with me about?
Malon's gonna
Maddie,
sigh.
can you go ahead and roll?
Oh, go ahead.
Maddie, can you roll me a quick history check?
Yes.
You can do this at advantage.
Can I give Maddie guidance?
Sure.
Because
We'll get a
Pico's
bard against
stressed for my friends that look stressed. He has no idea of what any of this means, you know, by the way.
Let's throw a bardic
25.
inspiration on from Ellie. Ooh, 25 altogether?
With the guidance, yeah.
Okay, throw on a bardic inspiration and see if we get it over 30. She has a d6 for bardic.
Oh,
For good-
hell yeah.
No, wait, sorry. Ellie's not here, so she can't do that. So,
Can I
Yeah,
apply
fine.
bless?
She's. I don't think bless applies to skill rolls. It's only
Oh,
attack and saving throws. That's where
I think so.
guidance comes
You're
in.
right.
25, solid though. Very, very, very solid.
Would friendship
Maddie,
genius do
you
anything?
Maddie, you recognize a lot of this lingo, a lot of the way that he's kind of presenting this. This is very much so rings true of home. You know that this guy is bound by some kind of deal that has been brokered by somebody on your guys' behalf. He mentioned your mother. You know that he's in this no matter what. He's bound to help you no matter of his attitude, of his personal, the way he talks about everything. You know that it's in his best interest to help you. So
Do
you
I?
also know that it's probably in your best interest to be honest with him.
Yeah, I'm trying
So
to.
that-
Do we lie about something in there at all? Can you just tell me what the 25 so I can just be
You're
forthcoming?
definitely not telling him everything about Maika.
Yeah, or the kids.
I'll go ahead and actually just tell him that then, because since I have such a strong feeling about it, I want him to kind of just know everything.
Okay. Do you tell anything to the group, or do you just start spilling your guts?
I just say it.
Wow. Glad to see the prince has a sense of duty and decorum. How the fuck did he wind up with the rest of you? All right. So, you stole a bunch of kids. Well, you helped the little fucking tongueless man out there to do it. Bravo. The kids are now in the clutches of a bunch of rebellious, wild savages out there in the woods that are fighting for their independence and being attacked and slaughtered in drinks by the local military. But hey, I'm sure they're doing just fucking fine. Oh boy. Okay. So we can clean that one up, I think, relatively easily. And you also definitely killed the Princess Marika. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think we can pin that one on one. He's been missing too long.
What about?
Suggestions?
Was it actually Smalls that did the killing with the knife?
I believe
Smalls and Ellie that technically committed the actual murder.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cringe and be like, Smalls was the one who did the final blow.
Quinn is going to glare at Malin.
Malin's not even gonna look at her. She's still cringing.
I really don't want to put it on Smalls. I really don't want to.
Malin can feel the glares coming from both Quinn and Mig.
For what it's worth, above the table, Smalls would take the hit.
We know he would. I don't want to put it on him though.
Yeah.
We love Smalls.
But you are right. Mig is glaring at y'all for blaming a dead man.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're not blaming him. We're just being very honest right now.
Can Janet roll an insight on the depth, not urban guy?
On the imp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Insight. Excuse me. What are you looking for?
Just as these interactions are going, what is the end game here? What is he can I glean any insight on any of this? While the tension is high, I'm looking at his reactions to everything, his reactions to is he yeah.
Sure.
I don't know how to describe it, but
I think I get what you're going after here. So go ahead and roll me an insight.
I have an inspiration. 17.
17. Urban's a lawyer on multiple levels. Deals and the interpretation of law and the navigation of the little in-betweens that can make or break the difference between innocent and guilty. That's his bread and butter. So what he's asking for in terms of what you guys are being honest with him is, tell me everything, because if I find out you kept it from me and it could have been useful later, I'm going to be pissed.
It's gonna huff and be like, "Ugh, Maiko totally got our friends murdered. And that is kind of why Smalls went after her.
That is true. I did die, and so did Drew.
She also got us kicked out of a city and
She
got
did
us robbed
drug
by
us
bandits.
because she thought it would be funny.
She also
Now,
stole all our gear right before she got kidnapped.
So, as I understand it, the little princess was a bit of a bitch, and you all killed her because she was a bitch. So, does anybody else know that you killed her?
6.
Person who was going to kill her anyway if we just left it alone.
Yeah.
I mean, did he see us
does
kill him?
also hate us, though. Well, he's the one who killed me and Drew.
And then tried to sell us into slavery. I then got all mad that other time where he was trying to sell us into slavery and I resisted its spells. Like, ugh, that guy.
He did also try to sell our things, claiming that they were his own.
Okay. So, let me put all this together here. You had the princess. Princess got you all fucked up. Had a gay old time. Princess gets kidnapped. You try to hunt Princess down, whether to get your stuff back or whether to kill her, whatever. There's somebody called Six. Was he the one that took her?
His people were, yes.
He hired bandits to acquire people and things to sell. When we made it to his camp, there were several different cages containing people. There were, what's their name? Aqua, people who disappeared into the water. They were being held captive, being ready to sell. Yes, I'm sure you remember them. They helped us out to escape the binds of being.
I do remember that.
And do we have any idea where these two magical water people
No. Ellie might know.
Fat lot of good that fat lot of fucking good that does us.
And then there was oh gosh, what was his name? The one that was flirting with Ellie.
Rochambeau?
Oh,
Rosham.
That dude was creepy too.
Yeah.
We ran into a lot of creepy dudes.
So there's another witness that could
Yes,
corroborate
Rosham
this,
was one of
or...
the ones that we had saved.
And does he know that you killed the princess?
I don't know, actually.
I don't think any of them know. I don't think anybody else was there when we killed Mike. When Smalls killed Maiko.
I don't believe so either. He had gone missing at that point, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because we just went down to the altar, and none of them were there with us because he was taken away, and we met him up at the club or whatever.
Mm.
And he figured. All right, so again, the long of the veiny of it is, you went after the princess. Princess wound up dead. There's somebody called Six, apparently, that was the one behind the shenanigans.
Ooh, I have something else I could probably tell you. We have all of Maiko's shit in our wagon.
So you killed her and you looted her body.
Yes.
Fucking diabolical.
God damn it.
Is there anything stopping us from blaming the murder on this Six fella?
No.
Is there anybody that could say otherwise, that it wasn't the sixth fellow that killed the little princess?
Other than Six himself, I don't believe so.
Unless somebody lies.
And you had no idea that the princess was, in fact, princess. And
No, we did not.
it seems that they use princess a little bit in the loosest of terms.
Yeah, no, we did not know
Correct.
that.
Yeah.
So, perhaps a better story is that you were traveling with the princess. Yes, you got fucked up and enjoyed some drugs. You actually had a grand time, but we're sorry that you caused so much trouble in the castle that you got kicked out. So you quickly vacated, whereupon you were beset by bandits. The Lady Maiko was taken by these bandits, and you, being the brave mercenaries that you were, set out to rescue her. But unfortunately, by the time you found her, she was already dead at the hand of this villain, Six.
That's mostly true.
I like it. I like where this is
And
going.
this Roshan fellow. Could he corroborate the story one way or the other?
He owes us that
No.
much.
I just don't
So
know
we
if
don't
I
need to
trust
kill
him.
Roshan.
I just don't know if I trust him.
I definitely
honest.
don't
So should we
trust
just
him.
kill Roshan?
I don't want to kill anyone. Didn't want to kill Lady Maiko.
So boring. So, we pin the murder on this Six fellow. And you cunts say that you've declared a blood oath to avenge who you now know as Princess Maiko, goddaughter of bitch. That sounds like a better story to me.
I'm actually okay with that.
I would love a chance to fight Six again.
Oh yeah.
Delightful. We have a lot to do, cunts. We have 3 days to do it in. He kind of like folds his fingers over, before he does, he flicks the cigarette out, which is almost out, and he breathes the smoke out as he folds his fingers over in front of his face, and his eyes glow bright and yellow. And he just looks at all of you and says, "So, what do you say we get you guys off?" And that's where we're going to end the session.
Please. You hear a please fade into the background.
Morb is probably gonna snicker when he said, "Let's get you guys off."
That's why you heard the whisper of please somewhere in the background.
Morb and Pico together is not going to be good.
It's not good at all, man. I'm panicking so hardcore. I'm like, oh, yeah, I may have done something in my past life that I didn't want to talk about anymore.
Morb is just seeing this with like all the stuff that like Monroe did. Like, dude, this is just vindication for Morb's hate on Morn.
Morb needs therapy.
Yeah,
really bad.
Really leaning into it.
Like, see, I had reason to hate him.
Never doubted you.
Bitch isn't here.
Poor Morg.
Woo! So, over the next session, I think next session we can wrap up the 3 days thing. You guys are going to be your information gathering. You're sending out messages. You're trying to gather defenses and like allies, witnesses. You're going to need. I'm actually going to go back to my notes here. So yes, we reviewed all your crimes. We didn't go over potential punishments. We can get to that next session if you are actually found guilty of any of this stuff. But over the next 3 days, you have time to gather allies, witnesses, proof, and evidence in your defense. Anyone that you need to get rid of, like you said, he was talking about Roshan. Any favors you can call in, friends in high places. Even Angus told you, it's better to be on the hook for a favor than to be dangling from a rope, basically. So, be thinking about it. Start gathering notes, conversations amongst yourselves. I can send out a adjusted list of you guys' crimes. They are pretty vast. There's a lot there, but you're going to need to come up with some kind of defense and be prepared to argue your case in your defense when those 3 days come up and you guys get to your trial portion. Because as this is, think of this as like Urban's explaining it. So there's going to be some more things that are going to be involved in terms of what Urban can do for you, but Urban cannot argue in your defense. He is simply there as your consigliere. He's there to give you advice. There's some certain things that he can do for your benefit, perhaps during the trial, but they're very limited. He is here to guide you on the path of trying to build your own best defense. We'll cross more of that when we get to next session.
Sounds good. All right, sweet.
I hope we have a
I
courtroom
took a
full
lot
of
of
like
notes.
everyone we've
I'm
met.
gonna take a photo.
Okay.
Everyone
Say
we've
what?
met?
Yeah, just like Flynn and Errol. You know,
Some of these
Pride
people
Mother
hate
you.
Stew. Just want
Flynn,
everyone there.
Earl, we might be
Pride
able
Mother
to
Stew
get.
is gonna be fucking pissed that you guys got Smalls killed.
I know.
Just bring them. I don't care. We need you, everyone.
Oh. Who was the bar owner? Angus's wife, former wife.
Grunhilde.
Brunhilde.
Yeah.
We'll reach out to her for sure.
Which I never, in character, I never met her.
Yeah, in character,
Oh,
Quinn is
time.
better. That's true.
It fucking sucks.
Another argument we can make as what like blaming stuff on Morn. Morn said that Jormungandr was their father.
Yes.
So they're
Yeah, that's
related, quote unquote related to the captain of the Khaleesi. So just blame all that shit
all
on
this
them.
Shit on Morn. The only one guilty here is Morn, actually.
Right?
All the
Even
rest
after
of
they
us,
disappeared.
we were just
That's
trying
why
to be
he-
good
Yeah,
folks.
it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's true, because it's because of like everything that happened with Morn, and then at the circus that the ringleader hates us.
Yeah, that's Morn's fault.
Yeah,
That is-
Morn's the one who tried to steal from him.
Yeah, Morn and Smalls have caused most of our problems.
Oh,
Quinn apparently
With the
has it with
circus.
all of the stuff she did. I appreciate a lot of it revolved around Quinn, but Quinn had nothing. Like
Quinn
I was
literally
kidnapped.
had nothing to do with this.
Quinn got kidnapped. Quinn was lost in the forest.
Yeah.
Quinn was
We
the
could cheer on
victim.
Smalls, but
We could really lean into the damsel in